Have you ever felt abandoned in the dark? One day you're chatting, laughing, making plans with someone, friends, colleagues, or even family. Then suddenly it stops. No messages, no replies, just a cold silence, as if you no longer exist. You sit there, replaying every text, every moment, wondering, what did I do wrong? But what if I told you that their ghosting isn't your fault, but a doorway to your inner light, a beacon to guide you through the shadows of doubt, manipulation, and self-blame? This isn't empty comfort, but a Stoic journey, inspired by Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, who taught us, you can't control others leaving, but you can always control how your light keeps burning. Stoicism isn't a distant philosophy. It's a practical light, focusing you on what you can change, your thoughts, reactions, and values. In this video, I'll guide you through 7 reasons why someone suddenly ghosts you. From subtle power games to moments you unknowingly made them feel insecure. Each reason is a spark, helping you understand others and yourself better. Especially the 4th reason, midway through the journey. It will shift how you see everything, like a brilliant lamp piercing the dark. And the final reason? It's a gift, freeing you to let go of burdens and shine unbound. These are vivid lessons drawn from real stories, from Simone Biles overcoming criticism to triumph, to ordinary people like you and me, rediscovering light in silence. Are you ready? Picture yourself holding a small lantern, your inner light. Each lesson we're about to explore will make that lantern glow brighter, guiding you through the darkness of rejection, manipulation, and self-doubt. Right now, I invite you to think of a time you were ghosted. Maybe a friend who stopped replying, or a colleague who turned cold. Hold that moment in your mind, because we'll share your story in the comments at the journey's end. Take a deep breath, set your phone to silent, and let distractions fade. We begin with Maya's story, a young person like you who found light in the darkness of silence. Together, we'll illuminate your path. You've lit your inner lantern, ready to let it shine through the darkness of being ghosted. To start the journey, hear Maya's story, a young designer who felt her light dim when those she valued turned away. Her story is the first spark, helping you understand why others may leave and how your lantern can keep burning regardless. Maya was the kind of person everyone loved. She was always ready to help colleagues with urgent projects, plan friends' birthdays, and listen to late-night confessions. But one day, things shifted. Colleagues she'd supported started avoiding her, giving curt replies. Her best friend, who once texted daily, stopped responding, leaving Maya's messages read but unanswered. Warm conversations turned awkward, as if she were talking to a wall. Maya wondered, what did I do wrong? She tried texting more, calling, even apologizing without knowing why. But all she got was silence, like a cold wind blowing through. Confused, Maya sought out Elena, a retired Stoic philosopher known for her wisdom. In a cozy room, Elena handed Maya an old oil lantern and said, "Light it." Maya struck a match, and the lantern cast a gentle glow, illuminating the space. Elena smiled. "Now, hold it near the window." Maya did, and in an instant, a gust of wind rushed through, making the flame flicker, nearly going out. Elena said softly, "Maya, your light is so bright, and not everyone is ready to face it." Maya frowned. "What do you mean?" Elena explained. "As you grow, through talent, kindness, or confidence, your light shines brighter. But for some, that light unsettles them. They don't hate you, they feel insecure. Because your light reminds them of what they haven't achieved. Instead of shining alongside you, they shield their eyes or walk away. According to The Guardian 2023, people who feel compared often respond by distancing themselves, not out of malice, but because they're not ready to face their own reflection. Elena's words were a beam cutting through the darkness in Maya's mind. She realized the ghosting wasn't because she was wrong, but because she was rising. Through her creative designs, skill-building classes, and growing confidence, she stopped chasing explanations, stopped dimming her light to comfort others. Instead, Maya poured her heart into a personal project, a design collection inspired by Stoicism. Within 6 months, her work was showcased at a local exhibition, catching the eye of recruiters. Those who once ignored her now sent congratulatory texts, but Maya just smiled. She'd found peace because her light didn't need their validation to burn. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't dim your light to make others comfortable." Maya's story is a reminder. Ghosting isn't rejection. It's a sign you're shining. I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt your light dimmed? Whether at work, in friendships, or with family? Share that moment in the comments, because each story is a spark, spreading to help others find their path. Now, let's explore the first reason people ghost you: when you expose their true nature. Let's continue the journey. 1. You've exposed their true nature. You've ignited your inner lantern through Maya's story, seeing that ghosting sometimes stems from your own radiant light. Now, let's dive into the first reason people suddenly pull away. You've exposed their true nature, the lies, selfishness, or manipulation they've tried to hide. When your light of truth shines on their dark corners, they can't keep pretending, and instead of facing it, they choose to leave. This isn't a loss, but a triumph of honesty, illuminating your path forward. Epictetus said, "The truth only hurts those who live in lies." In Stoicism, honesty is a lantern that never dims. It not only keeps you true to your values, but reveals those unworthy of your company. Think of light flooding a cluttered room. What's hidden in the shadows, dust, mess, can't stay concealed forever. When you spot someone exploiting, lying, or manipulating, they have two choices: change or vanish. Most often they vanish, because facing the truth requires courage they lack. Look at Taylor Swift, a global music icon. According to Vogue 2024, early in her career, she faced toxic friendships where people exploited her fame for personal gain. Once, she discovered a close friend leaking personal details for media attention. Instead of staying silent, Taylor confronted them directly, and the friend promptly distanced themselves without explanation. Taylor didn't chase. She focused on her music, creating Folklore, an album brimming with raw honesty. Her light of truth not only protected her, but inspired millions to live true to their values. Closer to home, listen to a story from The Guardian, 2023, about a bank employee in Manchester. He discovered a senior colleague falsifying data to earn commissions. Instead of staying silent to keep the peace, he reported it, knowing he risked isolation. The result? Not only did colleagues distance themselves, but the culprit spread false rumors about him. Yet, the light of truth prevailed. The company investigated, fired the wrongdoer, and promoted him for his integrity. The cold shoulder he received wasn't failure. It was proof he was living rightly, and his lamp illuminated a fairer workplace. Why is truth so powerful? A study from Journal of Social Psychology 2024 showed that people who live honestly increase their self-esteem by up to 20% and build stronger relationships. When you expose someone's true nature, you're not destroying, you're clearing the path for genuine connections. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever faced the truth, even if it meant someone walked away? Maybe it was saying no to an unfair request or calling out a lie. Share that moment in the comments, because each time you let truth speak, it's a spark, spreading to inspire others to live authentically. How do you confront this reason? First, don't fear the truth. If you notice someone manipulating, name the behavior calmly but firmly, like, "I see this as dishonest, and I don't agree." Second, don't mourn their departure. If truth makes them leave, they were never truly yours. Third, keep your light of honesty steady. Each day, ask yourself, does this action reflect who I want to be? Try it today. If you suspect someone's dishonesty, ask a direct question and observe their response. Your lamp will shine brighter when you choose truth. Now, let's explore the next reason. When others ignore you because they no longer benefit from you. Keep shining. 2. They no longer benefit from you. You've just ignited your inner lamp with honesty, realizing that exposing someone's true nature is how your light shines brightest. Now, let's step into the second reason why people suddenly ignore you. They no longer benefit from you. When you stop being a source, whether of support, attention, or comfort, they walk away, leaving a cold silence. But this isn't a sign of your lack of worth. It's a Stoic reminder that your light should be reserved for those who value the real you, not just what you can provide. Epictetus once said, "Cling to what is true, not to those who are temporary." In Stoicism, your worth lies in who you are, not in what you provide others. Imagine your inner lamp as a precious light source, but some people only come to borrow that light. Like a battery, they need to charge their own energy. When their battery is full, or they find another light source, they unplug and vanish. Their dismissal doesn't say anything about you. It only reveals that they never truly saw you. They only saw what you could offer. Let's examine the example of Ryan Reynolds, a Hollywood star and entrepreneur. According to Forbes, 2024, while building his personal brand, he collaborated with many close partners. However, some only stayed as long as they benefited from his fame or resources. When Reynolds shifted focus to charitable projects like supporting disadvantaged children, certain individuals suddenly grew distant, ignoring emails and skipping meetings. Instead of chasing them, Reynolds prioritized those who shared his values. The result? He not only achieved greater success, but also built a genuine community where his light was valued for its meaning, not its utility. Closer to home, consider a story from BBC 2023 about a volunteer in Bristol. She was always there for her friends, lending money or helping with moves. But when she decided to focus on environmental volunteering, becoming less available, many friends suddenly went silent. Messages went unanswered, and invitations to hang out stopped. At first, she blamed herself, but then realized they didn't stay for friendship, but for what she provided. She let go, joined a new volunteer group, and found friends who valued her true self. Their dismissal didn't diminish her. It led her to a better place. Why does this happen? A study from Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, 2024, showed that relationships based on benefits often dissolve when one side stops providing. But genuine relationships are up to 30% more likely to endure. When you're no longer a source of gain, your light still burns, but only those who truly see it will stay. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed someone drift away when you stopped giving, whether it was time, money, or energy? Share that moment in the comments, because each story you tell is a spark, helping others recognize which relationships are truly worthwhile. How do you confront this reason? First, spot the signs. If someone only contacts you when they need something, track how often they show up without asking for anything. Second, stop chasing. If they grow distant when you stop providing, let them go. Your light deserves those who value it. Third, invest in genuine relationships. Seek out people who stay because you're you, like those who call just to check in or support you without expecting anything. Try it today. Reflect on a relationship. Ask yourself, are they here for me or for what I give? And if needed, take a step back to protect your light. Now, let's explore the next reason. When you stop playing by their rules, keep shining. 3. You stop playing by their rules. You've just let your inner light reveal those who stayed only for benefits, realizing your lamp deserves those who value the real you. Now, let's step into the third reason why people suddenly ignore you. You stop playing by their rules. When you set boundaries, refuse to be manipulated or controlled, some people walk away, not because you're wrong, but because they've lost the power they once had over you. This isn't a loss, it's liberation, freeing your inner light to shine unbound. In Stoicism, self-mastery is a lamp no one else can control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have the power to be free if you dare to keep it." Picture your inner lamp as an independent light, untethered to anyone. Some people want you to shine only as they expect, reacting to their whims, agreeing to every demand, or staying silent in the face of wrong. But when you cut those strings, refusing to be puppeteered, they have no choice but to walk away. Their dismissal isn't rejection. It's proof you're reclaiming control of your life. Look at Michelle Obama, former First Lady of the United States. According to The Atlantic, 2024, as she began her speaking and writing career, she received countless invitations to events misaligned with her values, from commercialized shows to meaningless projects. Some close associates, used to her agreeing to keep the peace, pressured her, "Just do it. It's an opportunity." But Michelle firmly declined, setting clear boundaries to protect her mission, education, and inspiration. The result? Some distanced themselves, cutting contact, but Michelle didn't chase them. She focused on her education foundation, wrote The Light We Carry, and became a global icon. The dismissal she faced didn't diminish her. It let her light shine true. Closer to home, consider a story from the Times, 2024, about a university student in London. He lived with a manipulative roommate who borrowed money without repaying and pressured him to do all the chores. Whenever he tried to say no, the roommate would sulk or ignore him, making him feel guilty. One day, he set a boundary. "I can't keep doing everything alone." The roommate turned cold, stopped talking, and eventually moved out. At first, he worried, but then realized that silence was freedom. He found a new roommate who respected his boundaries, and his living environment became more positive than ever. Why does setting boundaries lead to being ignored? A 2024 Journal of Behavioral Decision-Making study found that people who set clear boundaries increase their control over life by up to 25%, but may lose relationships built on control. When you stop playing by others' rules, you declare, "My light is mine." And I want to hear from you. Have you ever set a boundary, whether saying no to an unfair request or refusing manipulation and faced silence in return? Share that moment in the comments, because every boundary you set is a spark, inspiring others to stand firm too. How do you tackle this dynamic? First, spot the pattern. If someone's only close when you follow their lead, that's a sign of control. Second, set boundaries gently but firmly. For example, "I respect you, but I can't do this." Third, embrace their departure. If they ignore you for standing up, they valued power, not you. Try it today. Think of a situation where you feel pressured and practice saying no clearly. Your lamp will shine brighter when you hold on to your freedom. Now, brace for the climax of our journey. The next reason, when your growth makes others feel insecure. Keep shining. 4. They're threatened by your growth. You've let your inner light shine through honesty, released those who used you, and set boundaries to protect your freedom. Now, we reach the 4th reason, the climax of this Stoic journey. People ignore you because your growth makes them feel insecure. As you rise through success, confidence, or new strides, your inner light burns brighter. But for some, it's a mirror reflecting their own stagnation. They don't hate you. They fear what you force them to confront. This isn't just a reason. It's the lamp guiding you through great adversity, proving your light is unstoppable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in your way becomes your path." In Stoicism, growth isn't just self-improvement. It's a journey through the darkness of doubt, criticism, and even dismissal. Picture your inner lamp as a light atop a hill. It shines far, inspires, but also makes those below feel small. As you learn new skills, achieve goals, or simply grow more confident, some can't bear that radiance. Instead of rising with you, they choose distance because your light reminds them of what they haven't dared to do. But this is the moment you declare, "I was born for greatness," not to change the world like celebrities, but to live true to your potential, one small step each day. Look at Simone Biles, the gymnastics legend. According to ESPN 2024, at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, she faced immense pressure from the media and even close friends. When she withdrew from some events to protect her mental health, many distanced themselves, criticizing her as quitting. Some once close friends stopped reaching out because her courage, prioritizing herself over expectations, forced them to confront their own indecision. But Simone didn't dim her light. She trained on her own, sought therapy, and returned to win gold at later competitions. Her light wasn't just victory, it was a lesson for millions that growing through adversity is true greatness. Her greatness began with small steps, like daily training discipline, and you can do the same, like reading 10 pages of a book or practicing deep breathing for 5 minutes. Closer to home, consider a story from Forbes 2023 about an entrepreneur in Nairobi. He left a stable job to start a recycling company, facing skepticism from family and friends. As his company began to succeed, many close contacts suddenly went silent. No replies to messages, no attendance at his launch event. He realized his growth from an ordinary employee to a pioneer made them insecure about their own safe choices. Instead of stopping, he pressed on, and his company now employs dozens. Their silence didn't dim his light. It led him to like-minded people who joined him in illuminating the community. Why does growth cause distance? A 2024 Journal of Positive Psychology study found that individuals who make personal progress boost resilience by up to 35%. But 20% of their relationships may dissolve due to others' insecurities. When you shine, you're not attacking anyone. You're just living your potential. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever been ignored for a step forward, like a promotion, learning a new skill, or shifting your mindset? Share that moment in the comments, because every time you grow, despite distance, you're a spark, igniting hope for others to rise too. How do you face this dynamic? First, don't dim yourself. If someone can't handle your light, that's their problem, not yours. Second, spot signs of insecurity. If they pull away when you succeed, recognize it and let go. Third, keep growing. Set a small goal, like learning 10 minutes daily, and celebrate each step. Finally, find those who shine with you. People who not only support, but push you further. Try it today. Pick a small action, like writing down this week's goal, and do it, even if someone disapproves. Your light is a power no one can extinguish. Now, let's explore the next reason. When others ignore you to test your reaction, keep shining. 5. They're testing your reaction. You've just reached the climax of your journey, letting your inner light blaze through growth, despite those who drifted away in insecurity. Now, step into the 5th reason why some suddenly ignore you. They're testing your reaction. Some use silence as a power game, waiting to see if you'll chase, beg, or hold fast to your light. In Stoicism, this is your chance to forge self-mastery, keeping your inner lamp steady, unshaken by any gust. Epictetus said, "The person who needs the least from others is the strongest." In Stoicism, strength isn't proving you care. It's staying calm when tested. Picture your inner lamp as an unmoving light, not needing to chase shadows to prove its worth. Some ignore you to test. Will you send a dozen messages, apologize when you're not wrong, or panic for explanations? Their silence is an invisible string, waiting for you to tug, so they know they control you. But if you don't pull, if you keep your light steady, the game ends, and you reclaim your power. Look at Adele, the legendary singer. According to Vogue, 2024, after the success of her album 30, she noticed some friends began to change. A close friend, who used to reach out regularly, suddenly grew cold when Adele was busy with tours and personal projects. Messages went unanswered, and invitations to meet were declined without reason. At first, Adele wondered if she'd done something wrong. But then she realized this friend only contacted her when she was available to listen, and the silence was a test to see if she'd chase them. Adele chose not to pursue. She focused on her music and family. Just weeks later, the friend returned, acting as if nothing had happened. But Adele had learned her lesson. Her light didn't need to be proven by chasing manipulation. Closer to home, listen to a story from The Independent, 2024, about an office worker in Dublin. He worked under a boss who routinely ignored his emails or requests when he pushed back against unreasonable tasks. At first, he kept sending follow-up emails, trying to explain himself, thinking he had to please his boss. But then he tried a different approach, staying silent, completing his work on time, and not apologizing for setting boundaries. The result? His boss began responding faster and even showed him more respect. The dismissal wasn't because he was wrong. It was a test, and he passed by letting his light of self-mastery speak for itself. Why do others do this? A 2024 Journal of Social and Personal Relationships study found that checking behaviors like ignoring often stem from relationships lacking mutual respect. But by not reacting, you increase your ability to set healthy boundaries by 20%. When you stay silent in response to their silence, you're saying, "My light doesn't need validation, and I want to hear from you." Have you ever faced being ignored and chosen to stay calm, whether by not chasing texts or not apologizing when you weren't wrong? Share that moment in the comments, because every time you stand firm, it's a spark, inspiring others to claim their own strength. How do you handle this reason? First, recognize the game. If someone ignores you after you don't follow their wishes, it's a test, not random. Second, don't react. Don't send more texts. Don't explain. Just let your silence speak. Third, hold on to your inner light. Remind yourself, my worth doesn't depend on their response. Try it today. If someone deliberately ignores you, pause before responding. Take a deep breath and choose not to chase. Your flame will burn brighter when you stand firm. Now, let's explore the next reason. When others ignore you because they're influenced by someone else, keep shining bright. 6. They're influenced by others. You've just let your inner light stand firm against power games, realizing that self-mastery is a flame unshaken by manipulation. Now, let's dive into the 6th reason why others suddenly ignore you. They are influenced by others. Some people don't form their own judgments. They let rumors, gossip, or external opinions shape how they see you. When your light of truth is clouded by whispers, they choose distance over understanding. In Stoicism, this is a chance to release those who lack conviction and keep your flame burning clear. In Stoicism, truth is the light that pierces every cloud. Epictetus said, "Those who are easily swayed were never truly yours." Picture your inner flame as the sun, radiant, unchanging, but sometimes obscured by clouds. Some lack the courage or will to see through those clouds. Instead of asking you or seeking the truth, they heed gossip, rumors, or others' judgments. They ignore you not because you've done wrong, but because they let others hold their light. Their silence isn't a loss. It's a sign they never truly stood in your radiance. Consider Chadwick Boseman, the star of Black Panther. Per 2023's Rolling Stone article, early in his career, he faced false rumors from industry insiders. Some close friends, once supportive, distanced themselves after hearing gossip that he was too picky for rejecting stereotypical roles. Instead of chasing them to justify himself, Boseman stayed silent, focusing on meaningful roles, like T'Challa. The result? True friends returned, admitting they'd been swayed by false narratives. But Boseman had already soared, letting his talent and dignity shine for millions. Closer to home, consider a 2024 BBC story about a high school student in Cardiff. An active debate club member, she was suddenly ostracized by classmates. Through another friend, she learned a peer had spread a rumor that she was arrogant for frequently winning debates. Instead of confronting or appeasing, she chose not to justify herself. She kept competing, won a national title, and found new friends through the club who valued her talent. The cold shoulder didn't dim her. It led her to those who shared her light. Why does this happen? A 2024 Journal of Social Psychology study found that people easily swayed by external opinions often lack confidence in their own judgments, making them quick to distance themselves when rumors arise. When you're ignored because of others' words, it's a sign they're not strong enough to stand in your light. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever been sidelined due to gossip or a misunderstanding and chosen to let the truth speak for itself? Share that moment in the comments, because every time you let your light of truth pierce the clouds, it's a spark, inspiring others to seek understanding before judging. How do you handle this reason? First, don't justify yourself to those who don't seek the truth. If they choose gossip over asking you, they don't deserve your light. Second, let them reveal themselves. The truth always breaks through, and loyal ones will return. Third, focus on those who see your light. Find friends, colleagues, or communities that value truth. Try it today. If you hear a rumor about yourself, instead of explaining, do something true to your values, like excelling at a task or helping someone. Your flame will burn brighter when you let truth lead. Now, let's move to the final reason, a hidden gift that will change how you view being ignored. Keep shining bright. 7. It's a gift in disguise. You've let your inner light shine through honesty, released those who take advantage, set boundaries, grown despite insecurities, mastered manipulation, and pierced the clouds of gossip. Now, we arrive at the final reason, and the greatest gift of this Stoic journey. Being ignored by others is a gift in disguise. Those who leave without explanation, the unanswered messages, they're not rejection. They're a filter, clearing space for those who truly value your light. This is the moment you realize their silence isn't darkness. It's the light guiding you to the right people, the right places. Seneca wrote, "Don't mourn those who leave. Be grateful they revealed themselves." In Stoicism, every loss is a chance to clarify what truly matters. Picture your inner flame as a light in the dark. It not only guides you, but attracts those who truly see and cherish it. Those who ignore you, friends, colleagues, or family, are unknowingly helping you. They step away to make room for genuine connections, people who don't need you to prove your worth or dim your light to feel comfortable. Being ignored isn't an end. It's the start of a new journey where your light is fully embraced. Consider Oprah Winfrey, a global media icon. Per l'anno 2023, l'articolo de Forbes, come ela va construir el seu propi xarxa, alti va centrar-se en la filantropia. Alguns antics, amics de tuoi, i socits de sobte van créixer distant. People who once contacted her regularly for her fame or opportunities stopped replying to emails or attending events. At first, Oprah wondered if she'd done something wrong, but then she realized their silence was a gift. They didn't share her vision, and their departure made room for those who did. Collaborators who made OWN a success, and true friends who stayed through thick and thin. Being ignored didn't dim Oprah's light. It guided her to a brighter community. Closer to home, a 2024 The Times story shares the journey of a primary school teacher in Birmingham. She was once the heart of her colleague friend group, always organizing after-work meetups. But when she started attending yoga classes and prioritizing her mental health, some colleagues stopped inviting her, ignored her texts, and even avoided her in the staff room. She realized they wanted the fun, agreeable version of her, not the real person growing. Instead of chasing them, She joined a local yoga group and found new friends who embraced both her light and shadows. Being ignored didn't leave her lonely. It led her to where she truly belonged. Why is being ignored a gift? A 2024 Journal of Happiness study found that letting go of insincere relationships boosts life satisfaction by up to 15% as you focus energy on those who truly matter. When someone ignores you, they're saying, "I don't belong in your light." That's the clarity you need to move forward. I want to hear from you. Has someone's silence ever led you to find a better fit, whether a friend, colleague, or even yourself? Share that moment in the comments, because every story you share is a spark, inspiring others to let go and find their true place. How do you recognize this gift? First, shift your perspective. See being ignored as a filter, not rejection. Ask yourself, who's staying with me? Second, don't chase. If someone leaves without explanation, let them go. Your light deserves those who cherish it. Third, nurture those who stay. Spend time with people who see you, like texting a friend to say thanks or inviting a colleague for coffee. Try it today. Write down the names of 3 people who stand by you in your brightest and dimmest moments and send them a small thank you. Your flame will burn brighter when you focus on those who truly matter. Now, let's bring this journey together to illuminate the path ahead. Keep shining bright. You've journeyed through an inspiring Stoic path, igniting your inner lamp with 7 profound lessons, transforming the darkness of dismissal into the light of self-awareness and freedom. From uncovering the truth, letting go of exploiters, setting boundaries, growing despite insecurities, mastering manipulation, overcoming gossip, to realizing silence is a gift, you've proven your light is unstoppable. Now, let's reflect on this journey. Gather these sparks and commit to keeping your lamp burning forever, not just for you, but for those who'll be guided by its glow. Recall the lamps we've lit. Honesty, like Taylor Swift living authentically through folklore, teaches that the light of truth not only protects but inspires. Letting go of exploiters, like Ryan Reynolds finding a charitable community, reminds you your worth lies in who you are, not what you give. Setting boundaries, like Michelle Obama, safeguarding her education mission, is how you claim your freedom. The climax of growth, like Simone Biles, overcoming criticism to win medals, proves your light outshines any adversity. Self-mastery, like Adele staying silent amid power games, is an unwavering lamp. Overcoming gossip, like Chadwick Boseman letting truth lead, helps you find those who share your light. And the final gift, like Oprah Winfrey making space for a true community, reminds you that dismissal filters out those who don't belong. Seneca said, "To live well each day is to live a full life." This journey doesn't ask you to become Simone Biles or Oprah Winfrey, changing the entire world. It only invites you to show up each day with your own light through small but meaningful actions. Think of staying silent when someone tests you, like Adele, or writing down a small goal, like the entrepreneur in Nairobi. A 2024 study from the Journal of Happiness Studies found that those who live true to their personal values increase life satisfaction by up to 30%. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take steps, and your light will guide you to places you never dreamed of. I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 lessons touched your heart the most? Was it Taylor's courage in exposing the truth? Adele's self-mastery in silence? or the gift Oprah found in letting go, or a moment when you set a boundary, grew, or realized someone didn't belong in your light. Share your story in the comments, because every spark you spread not only fuels your own lamp, but inspires others' angel fire, others to step through the darkness. Try it today. Pick one lesson, like saying no to an unfair request, writing down a weekly goal, or thanking a true friend, and do it. Each step you take is a log, keeping your lamp burning forever. You are the light, not just for yourself, but for your family, friends, and those touched by your lamp. When you share your favorite moment in the comments, like the video, or send it to someone who needs light, you're spreading that lamp's glow, making the world brighter. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue this Stoic journey with us. Thank you for igniting your inner lamp through each lesson, each moment. Now, stand tall, take hold of your lamp, and let it guide the way. You are the light. Shine today.